Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to my channel, Finnyfella Trader. Thanks for coming back. I just thought I would do a quick rundown of today's trade. It's Monday, the 21st of November, 2022. A day I don't usually trade is Monday. I just like to let the market settle down. But from what I can see in the charts, it just looks like a trade had opened up, and I just thought, why not? So I'll just start on the daily here. This is British pound US dollar. As you can see from last week, the daily fair value gap is still really what I'm aiming for. Since we hit this daily order block, I just feel the market could come back down into this area before taking out these, almost relative equal highs over here. Also, if we take our fib, I can match it up till 50% here on the fib, which also makes me believe this is what the market's going to do, first of all. I'll just break it down into the 4 hour now. I'm not going to spend too much time. Sorry, still bad throat. So this is my range that I've just been keeping an eye on. Again, with the fib, you can see the equilibrium. So that also makes me feel that the market will at least come down into here, and here's your 4 hour order block. I'll just break this down into the 1 hour. Well, just now that we're here, what makes me think the market's also going to go lower is this low here broke this low, and the market did not push any higher here. It fell a bit short, which makes me think that at the minute, buyers aren't showing their hand just yet, so to speak. So I'll just go down into the 1 hour, and here's where I marked up buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity, heading towards our equilibrium and fair value gap. I actually chose to go shorts here. Whenever I pull out this fib again, you can see it reacted almost to the pip of the optimum trade entry, the 0.705 on the fib. And I also believe, it's coming to take out this sell side liquidity. But we'll break it down to the 15 minutes. So looking at the 15 minute, we have our New York midnight open. And also this is our London kill zone. So from 2 a.m. New York time to 5 a.m. New York time, which would also be 7 a.m. London to 10. And what made me look for retracement here was I just, believed that the New York was going to follow the London trend. And I also took my fib retracement from here, from this high to this low. And again, we just tapped into the 705 fib retracement. We even touched the 786, which I don't really like to see it going that deep. But I was looking for a fair value gap. And although I couldn't really see one in the 15-minute bar, these up here. So I had this in mind that there's fair value gap up in here. And the New York midnight open was here. So I kind of thought the market might come into that before sinking. But I'll move down into the 5. As you can see over here, the London session did print a fair value gap. And the market did come back into that fair value gap on the New York kill zone. So just pull out my fib again just to give you an idea what I mean. We came up into the 0.705 786 on the fib retracement. But we also have a fair value gap in here. Now, this is kind of really what had my interest, was this fair value gap here and this fair value gap here. So I thought, here's a run down into liquidity. Now, originally I was going to start buying after I took out these lows and the run down into liquidity, but I said no, I'm going to see what the market does. If it comes back up into here, into this fair value gap, then I'll look for the market to tell me what to do. So if we just go down into the 4 minute, I marked up this order block because there's also this fair value gap here on the 4 minute. And that's just kind of what made sense to me. So without getting too messy, I'm gonna, remove all this here. I don't like messing my charts, so I like to leave my charts clean, but I will mark them out to begin with, just so I have it in my head. But usually I'll have this in my head that, although I haven't it boxed off right now, yes, this fair value gap. Yes, this is an order block. And I did expect the market to come up in this, but I was also waiting for it to break these highs and come into this New York midnight open, and possibly take out these highs and run in this fair value gap. But all about timing and price. So if we go down into the 3, let's see if it was there. Again, the fair value gap you can see. I'll go into the 2, fair value gap still, and into the 1. That's kind of my favorite time frame. So as you can see here, the order block, the fair value gap in here. I'll just mark it out just for people that don't really see it. I'm only going to do this for a second. So the market did come up into this again. And if you look really closely, you can actually see another fair value gap up in here, which the market did punch into. And this wee order block here on the 1 minute. It also, just to the pip, tapped it. So from that point on, I was looking for, yes, a reaction away. Just remove this. This reaction away from the market pretty swiftly. And I like the way these 2 candles here just closed basically on that order block. It's made me, believe that the algorithm was going to start selling off. But it wasn't till here I entered. Because as you can see, the market did run off. It broke this low, broke these lows here, and then it came back pretty quick into this 1 minute fair value gap just in here, and I'll leave it marked. So as you can see, when that run in, I was really looking to see, really entered at that point. So I'll just put on my execution settings. So you can see where I executed just here, and I exited just here. But to begin with, my take profit was, my stop loss was actually not 90 but 20, because I wanted my stops above this and above the New York midnight opening, because if I was going to go past these 2 on the New York opening, then I was just going to admit that I was wrong. But when the market came down, swiftly punched up again, I was just thinking of this tiny fair value gap up in here that I had previously marked out. But I had in my head that if the market came above this high here, that I was going to be wrong, because I can't see, again, I've talked about this before, why would the market come back if it hasn't taken out these in this time zone, the New York kill zone? If it hasn't taken out these, why would it come back and take out this, especially after it punched these highs? So when that fell away, I was very tempted to close here because the market started to rush back up. And when it does that, that's when I originally look for a value gap again, because again, the market's designed to make you want to close your trade early or move your stop loss early. So I did find a fair value gap in the 4 minute, as you can just see here, from this candle's low to this candle's high. The market run right up until it. Didn't quite close it off, but it run right up until it. And that's when I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to let it run into this and possibly back into this fair value gap again. But should it come back and take out this high, I was going to, I'll just move this back to, if it was going to come back and take out this high, then I was going to close the trade, because I would be wrong. Again, why would it come back and take out this high, especially if it's already retested for value gaps 2 or 3 times, in the market? So when it run up there quick again, yes, I do get nervous. I didn't want to see it coming back and testing this order block again, or this fair value gap from this candle's low to this candle's high. I just thought, what's the point? It's already come in once, twice. Is it going to come in again and come past? It shouldn't. So what I wanted to see was these lows taken out. And I know this is short from these lows, but I also don't really like to trade on Monday. So I try and keep my targets pretty tight on a Monday, because I like to see where the market's really going to ultimately go in the later stages of the week before I start trying to look for possibly bigger trades. So this was a 1-to-1 trade. And I'll shift down into 1 minute, just talk you through what I was thinking. So yes, we have our 1 minute fair value gap, and here we have our 4 minute fair value gap. Once this flew up into this 4 minute fair value gap, made this low, but failed to push higher, and then broke this low, that's when I thought, yes, okay, now I'm on the correct trajectory. And I was prepared to hold my trade till then. I was going to move it, my stop loss, to entry here after this broke. But again, this would have been just below 0.5 of a percentage I was prepared to lose. And if it was above this, then so be it. But there you have it. That was my trade for the day. I will just show you paper trading the 15th, or sorry, the 21st of the 11th, 15:45. That's my local time, London time, by the way. So obviously not New York time. So that's the only trade I'm going to do today. It's 1% gain of Monday, so it kind of gives me a little buffer for the rest of the week should I make a mistake, which eventually will happen. But this is how my trading's been going already. So yeah, I guess that's all I'm going to say. Hope you enjoyed this trade. I hope you got a bit of knowledge out of it. Hope you get to see what I see. And till next time, thanks for joining my channel. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe and follow. In the future, I'm going to start doing a bit of knowledgeable videos, something that'll maybe benefit you, that I can see. But again, all this is based on ICT, so I don't want to, I guess, teach or give lessons or talk about what I see truly until I have, developed a consistent way of trading that I'm really comfortable with. Because until then, I'd just be lying to you, and that's not fair on anybody, especially people new to this game. So I'll leave it at that. Oh, just one more thing. What also made me hold the trade and have faith in my trade was I was looking at the DAX on the British currency index as well. I was also looking at the 10-year T notes and 5-year T notes, and also the 10-year bond or yield on the US dollar. So that helps you, at least for the day, get a bit of confidence when you enter a trade and to hold a trade. I'm still wrapping my head around it also, but it is a great way to, I suppose, give you a wee bit of confidence in holding a trade and to know that you're looking for the right entries at the right time. So thanks again. Thank you very much for listening. And till next time, that's Finnyfella out. Thank you. Bye bye.